East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Michigan State's offense comes onto the field first today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Takes it the other way. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Badgers.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the air, it's Nolan. He's going to take off. Crosses the 35. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Still on his feet at the 45. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I want to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Trying to run it in. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Sneaks it in.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. So Wisconsin's offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
Well, it's one on offense. You know, you're trying to run the ball, get that established so you can work the bootleg off of that with your quarterback, but just nothing going there. The defense was in good position. The QB just didn't have enough speed to really hurt the defense on that.
He's got him. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Let's take just a moment here and talk about Wisconsin. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. Four-star defensive lineman gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
To the ground, he's got it again. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Badgers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Smith wants to throw. Bring in the heat. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Well, there wasn't a lot of mystery on that one, guys. Just simple QB sneak to keep this drive going. They've done a good job so far the entire drive, keeping the chains moving. Nice execution on the sneak. Good push up front. Quarterback picked the right side to tuck and run to, and let's see what they do to finish off this drive.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. He unleashed that one, some serious spin rates, some revolutions on that one.
Want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. When he's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The Badgers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Smith dropping to pass. Fires to the big fella. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. And some room to work. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So now on comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal 10-7. Back to the ground game on the left. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Steps away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Grab near the marker. It's McCray.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Nolan. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Breaks into the open. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! They'll try to add another to their lead. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Neither team's wasted time putting points on the board. They've got it back, down 14-10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not enough for the first down. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Wisconsin's had a long list of great running backs, but those big fellas up front, that's a pipeline to pro football.
Unbelievable. Joe Thomas will be proud. Just paving the way, just physical. They always can block the run game so well, and they're going to establish it. Every game Wisconsin plays, they're going to run the football.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
On his feet at the 40. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And this is why offenses tell you all the time, they want to keep it in 3rd and short or 3rd and medium like you had right here. They make you defend the whole field, and then the QB sees it. Nothing there, tucks it, does a nice job getting positive yards and getting the first down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run play action. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Badgers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll do it himself. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't...
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Back to pass, it's Nolan. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Mark. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Physical running style. Maybe the patron saint of that for Michigan State is T.J. Duckett.
Oh, the big fella. And that does. That reminds me of Michigan's.
Turning it on!
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's McCray. Got some room into the goal line. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after they play up top. The Spartans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Right back to the well. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFA.
Smith wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Trying to get rid of it. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. The Badgers decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of after that return right at the 30-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Going to swing it on second down. He turns that loose down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
He put some heat on that one down the middle. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. And the Spartans in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Parachek. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Nolan. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in.
Touchdown, Sparty! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Throws to the tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off play action. Got his man down the middle. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
This coaching staff has really done a nice job marrying the play-action game to their running game. That looked like that was going to be a run. Everything in that play said they're running the ball downhill. At the last second, quarterback pulled the football, and he was able to...
Oh, he's got some space. Running through contact. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Badgers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Smith dropping to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Badgers with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offense trying to go with some misdirection in the run game to the boundary, but the defense was there. They're able to corral the back behind the line of scrimmage for a while.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
The short hands, it's Collier. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Gives it on the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down and run. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Smith wants to throw. Got his man on the right. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, looking for a man. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
This time he's got his man. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. And they spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It is perfect. That'll cut this lead down to 5. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing.
The Spartans will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. Smith dropping to pass. Here's a heat. Makes the grab. It's Hughes. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll try the run. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking to the big tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working on the right. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Big guy smells it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll run the sneak for it. The sneak scores it.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something. Put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
So now it's 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose. He's at the
It's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over Duke. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. There we go! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll give it to him again. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45, out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Rushes on him. Quarterback gets the first down. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual threat quarterbacks. You're seeing 2 great examples in this game so far. Both guys can hurt you throwing it. Both guys can hurt you running it. It's been the running attack for both of these guys that's been the big story so far.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Nolan. Got it in the middle, it's Parachek. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now this defense could really use a stop on 3rd down as the offense has had its way. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. And the Spartans, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put touchdown Spartans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. The give out of the gun. Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Badgers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Running back searching for a hole. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Nolan. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Nice job getting to the QB there. And the best Wisconsin defenses always seem to have a game breaker and a difference maker. This guy can be that for this unit. But you think back to the Watt brothers, right? TJ, JJ, nobody could block those guys one-on-one, and they just ruin coordinators' game plans offensively.
The Spartans will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory. But the ball pops out on the return. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Michigan State. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19.
You got to be Johnny on the spot sometime. How about that? The guy fumbles the ball, but his teammate was very aware. He was able to scoop it up himself, take it in for a touchdown. Guys, they may want to put that play in their game plan next week.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And the Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Hughes. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Smith dropping to pass. They've got the screen set up. Turning it on. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an...
He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff to the lone back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. To the air, it's Nolan. With the catch, it's McCray. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this...
Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Spartans... Will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Going with the ground game left. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Got him downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Oh, the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, the good news is you got the 1st down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Got his man. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Well, we've seen this a couple of times on this drive now, but having a lot of success with the quarterback sneak, and there's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side of the center or to the left side. Whatever he's doing, it's working. The defense has not been able to stop him, and they just ride the center and the QB sneaks.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Smith wants to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Badgers want to pick up the tempo. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying play action. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He wants it all. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Badgers! So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Nolan. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. They boot it away. Now on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the owner. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Immediately fires to the middle. There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Wide open downfield. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Give up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Makes the catch. It's Hughes. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his big tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Touchdown, Wisconsin! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Dropping back, it's Nolan. Throws to the wideout. Fires it incomplete.
And I like it. Very smart defense. Understanding the clock. Understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep. breaking on the football, making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
Throws for the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Cox. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference. Defense.
They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. I'm sure these guys on offense dreamed of this situation. Big stage, time winding down, desperately needing a score. Well, now, there he goes! He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Well, they couldn't come up with that completion, so now it comes down to the kicker. You've got to make this field goal, send it into overtime.
Looking downfield, it's Nolan. Plucks it out of the air. And that will be in the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news.